Welcome back, lover of wisdom. Today I'm here to remind you that it's time to wake up. To wake up from all this attachment to your own melodrama. That's right, you're going through a melodrama right now, and it doesn't have to be that way. Your own narrative is making things worse, and it's lowering your frequency. It's lowering your mood, in other words. So you need to work on raising your mood, raising your vibration, so that you are not dependent on others for this appreciation that you seek. You are able to channel the whole appreciation of the whole cosmos, since you yourself are like the ray from the sun, a part and an extension of the cosmos. And I know you already know this. It's just that you get stuck sometime in fear, anxiety, and melodrama. I'm not saying that things are not challenging you, but take it by the horns. Be in charge of your experience and not dragged through as if on a string being dragged by the cattle. In Greece, we had the image of the charioteer. The charioteer is harnessing all these challenges, and especially the inner challenges. Because, as you very well know, and I'm only here to remind you, the real monsters you have to fear are inside of us. They're inside of you, they're inside of me. The harnessing is about harnessing our own potential energy that runs amok, especially chemically. When you're not eating right, you're consuming too much sugar, you're not exercising, you really, confuse and lower your vibration and your frequency. And then you wonder why things are not going your way as well as they could. Why are things not really manifesting? Because you're not able to harness that mental, emotional force, okay? You are the force. The force is with you. Stop getting in your own way. Just reflect on that a moment, right? That's interesting. That's interesting. Think to yourself a moment. Say, that's interesting. Tell me more. Before I speak, I don't even think. I am connecting with Source right now. And Source has a message, this message for you, right? This is the message, awaken, okay? This is a spiritual message, not a religious message. It's about you and your connection to the divine. That's all I'm trying to remind you of right here. Because when you lose that connection to Source, when you pull out of the plug of connection with Source, you feel depleted, you feel exhausted, you feel harassed by life, you feel intimidated by others, you lash out at others. And if it's not that extreme, you just have a very low energy. Why is that so? Only have to look at what's been going on here in your own mind and the self-sabotaging thoughts you're constantly having, and now it's chronic. that it's so chronic, you think it's natural. Right? You've overcrowded yourself layer upon layer upon layer that you have forgotten what gold lies at the center of this. What a state of bliss and joy and happiness. Just like the eyes of a baby, when the baby is smiling and laughing, there's a radiance that literally is beaming out towards you. You know it, you have felt it, you have seen it. You know exactly what I'm talking about, this radiant baby stare. And they're not even they're looking at you, but they're looking through you. They have, this divine light so fresh. And over the years, our divine light, our cosmic energy gets dampened. And we have short circuits in our neurons. It's not as connected, and therefore there's less serotonin flowing and less of these pleasure hormones. And slowly, slowly, our energy just dissipates, our lust for life is dampened. Awaken from this zombie state. You need time to disconnect from the television, the internet. You need time to disconnect and be in nature and reconnect. Or at least if you don't have access to nature, it's not in your periphery, connect through your breath and your intention. Because if you keep going this way, your energy will just keep getting lower and lower and lower, and then poof, much sooner than you want to depart from this game. Because before you manifested on earth, you came here to be edutained. You came here to earth, the great amusement park, with great joy rides and houses of horror and all kinds of miraculous and amazing things that have happened to you since you've been born here, until you slowly reawaken to the fact that you chose to come here to be challenged, to be expanding your consciousness. That's why you're really here. So I'm just reminding you, you know it. This is a virtual reality game that you, quite frankly, paid with all your energy to get here. You made it beyond millions and billions of others to incarnate here on earth. So just start enjoying the ride here. Even when challenged, you can keep your inner smile and think, relax. It's just a game to test me, to challenge me. Because frankly, you were getting a little bored out there in the cosmos, in the form of a nebula star and other beautiful, sparkling creations of the divine. You got a little bored and you said, let me go down to earth, wear my virtual reality suit, my biological virtual reality suit, and let me go challenge the hell out of myself. That's why you're here. Again, I'm only here to remind you. Because if I don't, then you're simply going to continue being brainwashed by all the other forces that really just want your attention, they want your money, and they don't always want what's good for you. I'm not saying to go out there with mistrust, but be careful where you invest your bandwidth, your attention span. This is the most prime real estate you have, is your bandwidth. This is your most prized possession, your very self. So come back to yourself and feel at one, feel embraced, feel connected. If you're not feeling connected, if you're not feeling that sweet bliss once a day, like an orgasmic release and peace and pleasure, then what are you doing? What are you here for? Just to fight? Just to be challenged? No, my friend. You are here to be challenged in the game, but also you owe it to yourself for your spiritual wellness to connect with yourself at least one time a day. And once you feel this sweet, sweet bliss, you will always want to stay connected. And you can stay connected no matter how challenging the situations may seem to you. You see, love is a drug. And you are love. So become addicted to you. Become addicted to your true self. The cosmic love that you truly are. Here on earth, simply to expand and evolve. Keep on shining, my dear friend. Please prepare yourself for deep relaxation so that we can go more deeply into this lesson, to this reminder of what you already are conscious of. You already know everything that I have said today. You simply need to realign yourself with this knowledge. And this is only possible when you go into a state of deep, deep, deep relaxation, so that you can remember it easily and without hindrance. So let's just take 3 deep breaths together. Inhale through the nose, relaxing the facial muscles. Hold and exhale. Again, inhale deeply, deeply through the nose. Hold and exhale through the mouth. This time when you inhale deeply, 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 you will hold your breath for longer, spreading it throughout your whole body. And exhaling through the mouth as long as you can, as if you are emptying out any disruptions to your higher bandwidths. Go over what I was speaking about earlier and see how it applies to your life. When does this happen to you? When do you forget yourself and fall into that trap? When do you lie to yourself or speak to yourself with imprecise thoughts, full of drama, melodrama, generalizations, and egotistical, small-time thinking? How does that happen to you during the day? How many times do you fall into forgetting this very important reminder that I had for you today? And this is why I need to remind you. It's not that you don't know these things already, but unless I shake you out of this complete identification with the material frequency, where you don't believe in your own flourishing, where you stop realizing that you are a cosmic being having a human experience, How many times does that happen during the day? A lot. So just realign yourself, bring yourself back to your center, connect with your inner and outer being. Because inner and outer are two sides of one dimension. How many times must I be here during your day? Ask yourself. How many times are you going to listen to this recording so that you can finally remember that you are this cosmic being having a human experience and nothing can really harm you? It's just a game. Remind yourself, it's just a game. The point is to enjoy the ride, to have a fulfilling ride, full of love, sharing, exchanging, creating, flowing. This is a joy ride. And this is what happens when you get stuck. You feel bad, your energy is low, you seek your addictions, alcohol, drugs, sex, in a bad way, not in the good way of sex, and all other things where you're reaching outwards for inspiration. And all you have to do is sit still, take your deep breaths, intend to connect with your highest form of consciousness, and release all other illusions. I leave you with some music to inspire you.